نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. إن خير ما نستهل به حقنا هذا أو تكريمنا هذا قراءة تلاوة من القرآن حقيقتها من الشيخ أحمد فرwell.
ولا تموتن إلا كذلك يبين الله لكم آياته لعلكم تشكرون ولا تفرقوا واذكروا نعمة الله عليكم إذ كنتم أعداء فألف بين قلوبكم فأصبحتم بنعمته إخوانا وكنتم على شفا حفرة من النار فأنقذكم منها كذلك يبين الله لكم آياته لعلكم تشكرون جميعا ولا تفرقوا واذكروا نعمة الله عليكم إذ كنتم أعداء فألف بين قلوبكم فأصبحتم بنعمته إخوانا وكنتم على شفا حفرة من النار فأنقذكم منها كذلك يبين الله لكم آياته لعلكم تشكرون. الله سبحانه قرأنا آيتين جمع قراءة العشر.
جزاك الله خير. سمعت هذه قراءة العشر، يعني إليها 10 مرات. طبعا في بعض الناس بتفكر إنه شايف روسيا. جزاك الله خير شباب. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. Deputy Premier, Honorable Thomas Lukazek, respected Imams, brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. On behalf of the board of directors of Al-Rashid Mosque and on behalf of the Muslim community, we thank you all for coming tonight to say goodbye to an Imam that we love so much, special Imam. And he is one of the best imams that this mosque and this community ever had. For many reasons, we just list a few reasons. Alhamdulillah, he's very knowledgeable imam. And the good thing about this knowledge is that if you ask him about a fatwa and he's not sure, he always goes back for the research and then he gives you the right, in his opinion, the right answer. He's very humble. He's also balanced. He's not on this extreme or this extreme. He is very expert. He's one of the imams that we had that is very expert in da'wah and the da'wah tools. And I will tell you why. He's very open-minded. He's not a narrow-minded person. He's very open to ideas. He's very open to opinions, and he's a good listener. Alhamdulillah. And even we tell him to talk more, and he always listens. He's a good listener. And he has piety, alhamdulillah, and wara. He will translate the wara. And the good thing about also the da'wah that he is sees me on emails, I see people asking him questions from all over. Right away he answers. His khutbahs right away on YouTube. He's on Facebook. He's everywhere. So alhamdulillah, the da'wah, he uses the social media very well. He does all this with a smile. Always with a smile. You never see him frowning. So you always see him smiling. And on top of this, he has a sense of humor. Even to a point that even during khutbah, you see everybody's laughing. During khutbah. He brought also more strength to our center in the area of interfaith. Allah, it's very, very important to know that I don't think there's a week that he does not visit a church, a school, and the tours that come from the schools and the churches, universities, dialogues, everywhere you see him there. And he never says no to that. That's his passion. And he also organized the da'wah for the new Muslims. Always in workshops, always met with them on a weekly basis. And he created a very good program called Home Down. He says, if you don't come to Al-Rashid, Al-Rashid will come to you. So that also was beneficial for the youth that don't pray, don't come to the mosque, and the mosque never went to them. And he really started this program, inshallah, and inshallah we will continue doing that in the future. And the major thing that he did also at the end is the pamphlet. Some people raised very big concerns about spending 30 cents. It costs us 25 cents actually. It costs us 25 cents to take the pamphlet to every home in Alberta. 1 million, we delivered 500, inshallah we'll be delivering another 500. So we delivered Edmonton and area, St. Albert, Fort Saskatchewan and area, and then northern Alberta. We took to Lacabish, Slave Lake, Fort McMurray, Port Lake, Peace River, every home in Edmonton and around it. And northern Alberta got a pamphlet. And that's, he made it, he put it together, and people were criticizing us that, oh, people are going to throw it in the garbage, people, it's going to waste of time. And like he said yesterday, that this is the biggest da'wah program in Canada. It's the best, because what we're getting, people asking about Islam. People didn't know anything about Islam. Some people, wallahi, you'll see, some people read it word by word, and they put a note on it, they put notes on it, and they start asking the Imam questions because the email is there. Some people read it, some people are reading it, and even people just read it and throw it. But alhamdulillah, we thank him very much for what he did. So I will leave the other part until after we have three brothers that are going to speak. First, Honorable Thomas Lugazexo. I said, Mustafa, give me the list who you want to invite to this function. And I start, of course, you're going to see the names that he invited. So the first name was Thomas, our deputy premier. I said Mustafa, he doesn't like politics, not government politics. He doesn't like community politics. He doesn't like to get involved in politics. So he says he's a very good friend of mine. And he promised me a soccer game, he will talk about it, a soccer game that he will bring all MLAs to play soccer with his team. And then we're waiting this. So whenever you're ready, we'll bring Sheikh Mustafa from Egypt to have a game. So, Thomas.
Thank you, Khalid, so much. Good evening, assalamu alaikum to all of you. After telling you, today, throughout the day actually, I spent quite a bit of time thinking about what am I going to say. Saying goodbye to Sheikh Mustafa. And I have to tell you, my emotions were rather mixed. It's a bittersweet. Bitter because it is a great loss to all of us. Not only to the community of Al-Rashid Mosque, and not only to the Muslim community in Edmonton and Alberta, but frankly to all of us. All of us in Alberta who had the pleasure, the honor, the privilege of meeting Sheikh at least once in our life. Because he, much like Khalid indicated, he really opened up Al-Rashid Mosque and the Muslim community to everybody. And if it is appropriate to ever refer to an imam as cool, he definitely is the coolest imam that I have ever met in my life. And that shows with the number of young people that have always been around Sheikh, either playing soccer or attending programs, or every time we were at some kind of a community function, his table would always be full of young people. And that says a lot. That says a lot about Sheikh. So it is bitter. But there's a sweet part to it, because I know that he is going to continue his studies and will be completing his doctorate. And I know that he will be going to see his mom, and all of us want to spend time with our mothers. And he's going back to his home country, and that is something beautiful too. And everybody deserves that. We worked hard enough to enjoy those pleasures. But there's also one more good thing. I'm glad that we didn't play that soccer game, because now you do have a reason to come back. And I hope that we will have a chance to play a soccer game. I've seen you play. I know I don't have a chance, but I still would hope that one day God will allow us to get together somewhere and play one soccer game. So thank you. I wish you safe travels. I hope that you enjoy the time that you will spend in Egypt. And I want you to know that this province, this country has always doors wide open for you, and you're always welcome back. Thank you.
Thank you. Now I would like to call upon Nabil Nasman to say 2 words for the sake. Nabil has been with the Imam since he came to Edmonton, day in and day out.
Kind of caught me by surprise. I just came in from Calgary like half an hour ago. So, what is there to say about Sheikh Mustafa? Over the last 2 years, the Dawah project, they were great. We did a lot of home Dawah and visits, church visits, and stuff. Hopefully, inshallah, we will continue in the future to do these projects, even with Sheikh Mustafa gone. I think he paved the way for something that could be continued in the city. And I hope as well, like I hope we continue it, and we have an Imam that comes in and continues what Sheikh Mustafa started. Thank you. So.
And now, Dan here.
Constantly learning. Always. Yeah, my name is Benjamin Hunter. Recently reverted under the last Sheikh before Mustafa. And I remember the first day I met him. First things, it was in February. It was a cold day in February. And the first thing he said to us was, "You got to be crazy to live this far north." So Mustafa, after looking at the weather today, I don't blame you for going back home to Egypt. I wish I could come with you. Unfortunately, my Arabic is not good enough to survive. So ever since the first day Sheikh Mustafa showed up here at Al-Rashid, he has been relentlessly giving and giving and giving, either to us reverts to the Dawah community, and to the community at large. So we filled this room with all the love for you. So this goes home with you, and you can receive it as you go. As I guess as kind of the head of the Reverts committee, Kelvin asked me to speak. We thought about getting a gift for you. And then I realized the only gift that we could give that would be appropriate is to promise to continue growing, our promise to continue learning, and our promise to continue living the best Muslims as we can. Sheikh Mustafa, I speak from all reverence when I say it's been an honor to know you, an honor to learn from you. May God be with you in your life, in this life and the next. May I honor you. If what they say is true, we all know it is. The more you give on this life, the more you receive in afterlife. Thank you, Mustafa.
I know there are many people asked to speak. I'm really sorry because we have to go to dinner. I know that many Imams asked me if they can speak. I apologize because it is a short program. Before I call Sheikh Mustafa also, there are things that Sheikh Mustafa doesn't like. First of all, he doesn't like politics, as I said, no government politics. He does not like to interfere in administrative stuff. Like even board meetings, our Constitution says that the Imam should be sitting on the board like any board member. He came to one board meeting, second board meeting, and said, you know what, can I be excused? Doesn't even want that. The bad thing, there are two bad things, not about service. The first bad thing is that we are known to pick a fight with Imams. We tried our best to pick a fight with them, and we couldn't. And the second bad thing is Al-Rashid here. Is Al-Rashid here? He's here? Yeah. The first challenge for Sheikh Mustafa was Al-Rashid. every time Sheikh does something, شو هذا؟ شو Al-Rashid? شو هالمسخرة؟ شو this? And every time Sheikh Mustafa never sleeps. The first week, second week, third week, 1 month. And he comes to me one day and says, Khattab, can we deal with Al-Rashid? I said, this is the guy that you can deal with. So now, it is in Sheikh Mustafa's memory until the day of judgment, Shuha al-Masqara and Al-Rashid. So I would like to call upon Sheikh Mustafa to say the last few words.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. So they told me the floor is mine. I can't talk for 2 hours. I'm a nice Imam. I'm just going to talk for just a couple of minutes. And everything I wanted to say, I said over the past 2 years. And this is a wonderful community. It breaks my heart to leave. And I will never find a community better than this one, but I'm sure that you will find better Imams than me. Okay. I'm not sure, however, if you find a man who can play soccer or knows as many funny stories and jokes like me. Okay. And the first time I gave a khutbah and I made people laugh in the khutbah, I started to get these looks from the back, the old Qatariya people, they're sitting there, and you're not supposed to laugh at the khutbah. It is something serious and you have to scream and howl and make people cry. But I know I was talking to old people and young people, men and women, educated and uneducated. So I have to appeal to everyone, and I try to make everyone understand my khutbahs. I spoke only for 20 minutes, the khutbahs, because I don't like to bore people to death. Okay, so I spoke for 10 minutes in Arabic and 10 minutes in English. And I know if I go past the 20 minutes line, I see the brothers sitting in the back, and one of them put his hand Godfather movie, you know this what means. Some shooting is about to take place. They were reaching out for their clinics. I got the wrong sign. But I always, when it was 20 minutes, I just finished and I left. And alhamdulillah, that was a good thing. We had good times together. Alhamdulillah, excellent times, winning some competitions in soccer, doing home da'wah, the pamphlet project and different projects, and reaching out to different people in the media, in politics. And everybody knows I'm not a big fan of politics. Thomas is a good friend. But I like diplomacy, okay? Okay. This is something I learned from my mother back in the village. My parents, just like most people in the village where I grew up, they couldn't read or write, they didn't go to school. But they studied in the school of life. And this is something I learned from my mother and from my parents in general. And it's a good time to always remember my mother because she is a great influence in my life. She is the only reason why I made it to school and I made it to college. Maybe this is news to you. I'm the only educated person in the history of my family. And this is because of my mother. She had fights with my father to send me to school. And she won eventually. So everything I have, everything I am, I owe it to my mother. She's 15,000 miles away and I thank her. And I also thank my family. I couldn't succeed in this community without my family and without my wife. Dr. Fawzia, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward her. Most of the time I stayed outside of the house and they were very patient. They were very patient with me. All the days I stayed outside, the sleepless nights in Ramadan, and alhamdulillah, I'm grateful to them and my kids. My biggest challenge, and I'm going to conclude with this, is the divorce in the community. And I would be sitting in my... This guy, Ziyad, is my worst nightmare. He's a good guy, but sometimes he does some crazy stuff. And I used to be the same thing when I was young. Sometimes I called him Hitler without a mustache. This is what he is. But he's a good guy. So the divorce problem. And I would be sitting in my office, and I hear footsteps in the outside in the hallway, and I make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, please, not another divorce, not another divorce. And people were coming all the time. And eventually we had to make people pay money to get a divorce. Because before me, they were just divorcing for free. And the motto at that time was divorce one, get one free. But when I came and I said, okay, if these people have to pay for a divorce, and actually now they pay for the divorce more than they pay to get married. Okay? So one night, I was sitting in my office about 2 months ago, and this couple, they came for a divorce. The man came first with his family, and the lady was half an hour late. Okay, no problem. She's getting a divorce, no rush. Then there's this guy, he came with them. So he was sitting in between. So there's the lady and her family, and there's this guy in the middle, and the husband and his family. So when I looked at this guy, I didn't know who he was because he's sitting in between. The wife's family, they thought he's from the husband's family, and the husband's family, they thought he is from the wife's family. Okay. So now we're talking about divorce, and they're about to shoot each other, and they use weapons of mass destruction in my office, okay, and they blow themselves up all the time. But anyway, so now we're talking about divorce and the money and the dowry and all that stuff, and all of a sudden this guy who was sitting in between, he came to me, and he said, I thought he's either from the families, from the wife's family or the husband's family, and he came to me and he said, Sheikh, alhamdulillah, yes. He's going to say something to solve the problem. He said, I'm from Fort McMurray, and somebody stole my truck, and I came to you to find the truck for me. That's it. What is this, man? What is this? Go outside. Outside. He said, when can I come back to help me find my truck? I said, come in 2017. This is what I always tell people if I don't like to help them, because I can't help them. I'm not a Superman. Okay? No, I always can. One thing I think people will remember about me after I leave is that I try to make people's lives easy. And I try to bring people together. So I never spoke about politics in my khutbahs. I didn't talk about Sunnah or Shia. I didn't talk about, because I know that the brothers will shoot me. And I never spoke about marrying more than one wife, because I know the sisters will shoot me. And so I always spoke about things that bring people together. Religion brings people together. Politics pull people apart. And all these different things. So I try to make people's lives easy, and I try to bring them together, and I try to reach out to all communities, Muslim and non-Muslim, and everyone. And I hope that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will forgive me for the shortcomings and for any jokes that you didn't like. And if I did anything good, it's from Allah. If I did anything bad, again, it's from me and my shaitan, and from Google and Wikipedia. And I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive all of us and to give us the best in this life and the best in the life to come, and to give us sincerity. And I'll miss every one of you. Jazakumullah khair.
Jazakallah khair. On behalf of all of us here, we would like to present to you first.
Al-Rashid Mosque, essentially Chieftain, presents Sheikh Mustafa Khattab this award in recognition for an outstanding service as an Imam for Al-Rashid Mosque in the Muslim community of Edmonton.
His English is good. And also, on behalf of the board and also the community, we would like to present you $5,000 check. Thank you very much. And I know that from us and from everybody that you're going to be missed. I got a promise, I hope, that one day we get visitors to come to Edmonton, and he comes and visits us in there. Okay. We're done. Before we go to dinner, I just want to make sure that when we do dinners, we get our chefs to do the dinners in the school, or we get the caterers to do the dinner. This dinner, our ladies said, no, we want to do the dinner, because this is our Imam, and he's special for us. So we thank Al-Rashid. We have Sister Kazma Assaf, Hannah Tarabain, Fadia Abdu, Fatin Abdu, Fatima Majid Tarabain, Khadija Azaz, Wafa Hussain, Lamia Assaf, Khuluji Yusuf, Raghida Isawi, Noura Zbar, Sana Assaf, Nazmat Layl, and Wasgate Halalmi. Thank you very much. And they just told me that this also dinner was donated by all. Thank you very much. Also, before I end, and then we go to dinner, would like to thank all the people that worked on this event to make it easy for us, especially our staff. Brother Ahmed Abdullah, Brother Abdul Khalid, Brother Abdullah, Brother Mahmoud, Sister Anisa, and special thanks to Sister Farah and Sister Nuria, because they worked hard more than anybody else to put this together. Jazakumullah khairan. Thank you very much.